Hello everyone, today I'm sharing 7 of my Sunday habits, or should I say rituals, that will dramatically improve your week. And as always, I have very specific tips and tricks for you to try that will lead to a more productive and enjoyable week. Because as they say, a Sunday well spent brings a week of content. So here I am getting up Sunday morning. I always try to let the sunlight wake me up rather than my alarm clock. I put on my robe because I'm always freezing. I play with my cat. And then let's just jump to the good part. It's coffee. I love my coffee. I always drink it in front of my window. It resets our circadian rhythm and it really sets a good tone for the day. Now, if you're wondering whether or not this was my first Sunday ritual, I mean, it sort of is, but it really isn't, because for that we actually have to rewind about 12 hours. So my first Sunday ritual is actually remembering that Sunday morning starts Saturday night. So in other words, I try my hardest to get the crappy chores that I hate doing out of the way on Saturday. So that could be tidying up, doing some laundry, maybe watering your plants, going grocery shopping. We all have tasks that we just really don't enjoy, and if we procrastinate until Sunday to do them, it really sets us up for a terrible week. So here is my magic cube that actually helps me with motivation because it has various times listed around it, and you can just flip it to whatever time you want and the timer automatically starts. You can clean or work as fast as you can for that amount of time only, and then before you know it, you're done, and I promise you'll accomplish way more than you expect. Okay, so here we are back to Sunday morning. We just got home from church, and I know a lot of people's Sunday mornings don't necessarily look like that. Ours does, but it's, late morning, early afternoon, and this next Sunday ritual is just paying attention to how you're feeling around this time. This is the time where you might start to get that sinking Sunday feeling. And if that's the case, that's kind of your soul telling you that something isn't right and you need to at least try to make a change. Maybe that's, a job change. Maybe that's just being less overwhelmed and, you just like cramming less things into your busy schedule. But a lot of us, start to look to the week ahead and we just feel overwhelmed and we have anxiety. We aren't sleeping well. There's just so many things. So I want to say a huge thank you to Equilibria for sponsoring this portion of the video. I've talked about Equilibria. They're my favorite CBD brand many times on my channel thus far, and so many of you love their products. I stand by CBD so hardcore. I think it's such a good product for us. So I think incorporating CBD into your daily routine or daily ritual is awesome, but especially on Sunday when we're just already going into the day not feeling great sometimes, because it's something that really balances you. It really helps reduce stress. It helps you, manage sleep better. It helps potentially with, pain and inflammation in our bodies. It just does so much. And I specifically wanted to bring it up right now just because they're kind of doing it's their 3rd birthday, I think. So they're kind of having a big birthday sale. So my code Shea Whitney is normally good for 15% off, and it's usually only valid for new customers, but they have it open until the end of March to everyone. So new and existing customers can use my code Shea Whitney and actually save 33% site-wide, which is awesome. So a couple products that I want to just call attention to that are my personal favorites. I absolutely love the Daily Drops. I also love the soft gels. They're just kind of like the go-to things. You have to kind of establish your dosage and they work with you. That's another reason why I absolutely love this brand. But they also have the rapid calming melts. And these are great just to keep on your purse, kind of an on-the-go product. They actually just launched a larger container of them. It's actually a 30-count container rather than 15. People love these. You can just put one under your tongue. And it's for all of those crazy, stressful situations that we don't really see coming. And then we're like, oh, okay, I'll take a rapid calming melt. It's awesome. And then the last thing that I wanted to bring attention to is the new drink drops. And this just recently launched and I had no idea I was going to love it as much as I do. You'll see me using them here. You just take a nice glass of water and then you do like a firm squeeze. It's actually a trio pack and there's like 3 different flavors. There's like a berry flavor, a citrus flavor, and a peach flavor, I think. And you just squeeze it directly into the water and it's patent pending technology actually. And the CBD and and the water, it just binds together, and it's such a delicious way of incorporating CBD into your daily routine, or especially your Sunday ritual. I love these. I'm telling you, so delicious, so delicious. Definitely something to try if you are into CBD, or maybe you don't want to take the soft gels or the daily drops. This is an easier and kind of more fun way of taking CBD. So I will have everything linked down below. Definitely give it a try if you haven't already. But if you're already hooked on CBD, like I know so many of you are, they are always releasing new products and new innovative ways to incorporate it into your routine. One last thing before I move on. As I mentioned, my code Shea Whitney is 33% off right now, but then if you do the subscribe option, you can save an additional 20%. And that's just a great option just because you save money every single month, and then you can cancel it anytime. So just FYI. Another way to gear up for a productive week, but also calm some of that Sunday anxiety, is to have an official brain dump session. Now, this is exactly what it sounds like. You dump everything out of your brain and you compile a huge list of everything you want to accomplish in the upcoming week. Simply getting it onto paper gets it out of your mind and actually into action. Now, if you are not a fan of paper, I wanted to show you this cool trick that I recently learned if you do have an iPhone. Now, this is probably old news to some of you, but I still think it's cool and I wanted to share, but it's actually in the Notes app, and you simply start a new note, and then there's now a checklist feature. So you can create as many different lists as you like, but this could just be a general brain dumping to-do list, and then as you complete the tasks throughout the week, you can easily check them off. So I just love this. And then you can break the list out even further, like for example, a grocery list. Once you have all of your items listed, it's very simple to tweak each week, and then you can check it off as you add items to your cart. Okay, so here we are now in the kitchen because the next Sunday ritual involves baking something. I love baking my 3-ingredient breakfast bars every Sunday so that I can enjoy them the rest of the week. I actually made this recipe up. I really encourage you to give it a try because it's so healthy. It's so easy. My kids love them. My husband loves them. We eat them all week long. And like I said, it's so simple because they're 3 ingredients. You just need ripe bananas, peanut butter, and rolled oats. I will put the recipe down below in the description box, but I am gonna share exactly how I do it now. So just set your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And then while that's heating up, just take 2 cups of rolled oats. And I actually like to fill up the rolled oats with water. Just coat them like to the top with water, and then wait like 5 minutes for the oats to actually absorb the water, and it becomes mushy. And I think that this is a crucial step. It adds some moisture into the bars. Just don't forget that step. And then you're just gonna take a mixing bowl and add 3 to 4 bananas, just mash them all up. And then you're gonna add about a half a cup to 3/4 cup of peanut butter. It's kind of your choice. Like all of these proportions are just kind of, you know, how you see fit and what you think you would like better. There's really no right and wrong, but just mix that all together, add the mushy oats, mix it all together. And I do like to add in a dash of baking soda just to give it a little bit of rise. But that, again, that step isn't necessarily necessary, but I do that. And then I take a 9x13 glass pan and I spray it with some coconut oil, like non-sticking spray. And then I just pour the batter in. I stick it in the oven for about 22 minutes. Just make sure you kind of keep an eye on it. And then when you think it's done, you can just take it out. And I would just say, let it rest and kind of cool down for about 20 minutes. And I do like to enjoy eating this like when it's hot, but when it does cool down, it becomes a little bit more, you know, solid. And I cut it up into breakfast bar sizes and I stick it in the fridge, and we enjoy it throughout the rest of the whole week. Again, it's so simple. It's so easy, and it's delicious. This next Sunday ritual might be the best of all simply because it involves going outside for a walk, maybe even a scenic hike, breathing in fresh air, enjoying nature, and just getting some sunshine if possible. Now, I realize the weather and temperatures at times can definitely make this difficult. So if that's the case, and this might sound really weird, but I encourage you to literally lay down on your floor in front of a window and just let the sun hit your skin. Maybe not your face, maybe just your arms and your legs, but just do this for 15 minutes if you can, and rest, enjoy the warmth that it brings, and just think about things you're grateful for. I promise this will bring you happiness and joy and vitamin D. The next Sunday ritual I don't personally view as super fun, but it's something I do every Sunday. It sets me up for a good week, and it's just a full-blown shower routine and skincare routine. It's like all of the steps that throughout the week I tend to skip, and I do shower every day, but I don't do the full shower routine every day. So I save that for Sundays. I exfoliate beforehand, I dry brush, I get in the shower, I thoroughly wash my hair twice actually. You know, I shave certain areas, I put on a face mask, and then I get out, I do a full-blown skincare routine with all of the steps. And it's, like I said, it's not super enjoyable. Think of it as like a pampering session if you can. Try to make it a nice time where you are treating yourself. But again, it really sets you up for a good week. You're fresh, you're clean, and you're looking good. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, a Sunday well spent brings a week of content. So it's extremely important that doing whatever makes you happy is a large part of your Sunday ritual. Now, this will look very, very different for everyone. Perhaps it's taking a nice, long, relaxing nap on the couch. There's just something extra cozy about a Sunday nap. Or maybe it's grabbing your Kindle and getting sucked into a good book. Or maybe it's simply turning on the TV and watching some Netflix and not feeling guilty about it. So in my case, it's actually just turning on some Sunday golf because, you know, this is very riveting, guys. I mean, look, he just sank that putt. Or maybe it's more, you're more of a social butterfly, in which case make some brunch plans with your family or your friends. Just get out there and socialize. Just do whatever makes you feel happy to be alive. All right, we made it to the end of the day. Those are my 7 Sunday habits or rituals that will dramatically improve your week. So I'll have Equilibria linked down below in the description box. And then don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Maybe give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.